Bum ba bum bum. Welcome back to the channel, lads and ladies, and welcome to a second look at helicopter arcade battles. Some things have changed. I noticed there was a little bit of a download this morning, and it has added something that I'm not sure you can see. Here we go. Take a look closely at the mini-map on the right side. You have capture points now. Here I go, exploring one of those. And, you know, I'm just a curious little fawn here at this point. I have no idea what this is. It looks like it's capturable though, so we're gonna land. And I'm also sort of exploring the arcade mechanics here. Now what's about to happen is completely intentional. I am using negative 100% hover to see if I will land hard enough to snap my gear. So it's for science. So here we are coming in hot. We were going at a -8 climb rate, and that was enough to snap the gear and destroy the rotor. However, we are able to repair here, so having captured the base, we can carry on. And another thing I've noticed is you can see the glow from the screen on, I believe that is that the pilot? Not sure which one's the pilot's seat, honestly. I think the gunner sits in the front. It would make sense. You can lift off fairly rapidly in the Cobra, whether it's arcade or not. And here we go, dipping the nose to pick up some airspeed, which is going to help us to maneuver. And we see the base's AA guns firing, which is a good warning that there are potentially enemy helicopters in the area. So I'll drop you back into my view for the ensuing action. We have one base capture so far in our helicopter. Now, I haven't tried to capture a base in Tank RB yet. That could be fun to do. But we do see some bogeys coming on the horizon, so we're going to be ready for that. Also aware that there are some ground targets in our near vicinity, and it's very difficult to tell where the next enemy is going to come from in this game, so keep your eyes peeled. There we go, with some defensive flying. We managed to get a kill without getting taken down. It's always foolish to fly directly for the enemy, so that, and he had a friend. But before we could open up on him, that happened. And we narrowly missed a similar fate ourselves as we saw that arch approaching our rear rotor rather rapidly. Roger that one. Okay, moving on. So, at this point, I expect the enemy team to be targeting me. Oh, there's a missile. And can we take down that guy? Yes, we can. Another one down. That was the UH-1XM30. The Huey with the rockets. Let's see if I can't. Nope, no more UI for you. Maybe I can. Bam, there we go. I'll turn on the markers for you. Sorry, it's been a while since I did a replay video. Well, I mean, I'm a little rusty. So at this point, I'm just trying to gain some altitude and keep my situational awareness up. As long as I spot someone before they get close, I should be able to deal with them. At longer ranges, it's very possible to use an ATGM to shoot down a helicopter, but if I see the flare of the missile, I should be able to dodge to the side and avoid that. It seems to me that rolling is the best way at this point to dodge in the helicopter, because when you roll, you also accelerate off to the side and dip down in altitude a bit, and that tends to be a fairly good combination for dodging. So here we are engaging in some ground strike because we can. That was a full strength pillbox we took down, which gets us a decent amount of points. Kinda surprised that with 2 air kills we don't have more points, but then again, I'm just used to air RB. We take a hit, so we do some dodging here. I wasn't sure if that was ground fire or not, but yep, sure enough, That's the Soviet counterpart to my own helicopter, and it really doesn't stand a chance. The Soviets don't really have a dedicated attack helicopter. Even the Hind, fearsome as it may be, is something of a lumbering beast. And here we go, demonstrating some beautiful minigun defensive gunnery for our 4th kill. Very nice. The Apache, or sorry, not the Apache, the Cobra is the first attack helicopter you can get in the game. And as I mentioned, even the Hind is more of a multi-purpose helicopter. It's a troop carrier. I think it could carry around 6 soldiers, as well as their equipment, and it's really designed to be a multi-role workhorse. So a dedicated attack helicopter like the AH-1 is, in my opinion, always going to have an upper hand in air-to-air engagements. And you see me pulling some defensive maneuvers here against another, looks like, is that, I think that was an XM-30 with the gun pods. Now another AH-1, and we managed to take him down. Oh, sorry, that was the Soviet helicopter. And we take a hit to, I suppose, the engine, and immediately down we go. With 5 kills and a base cap and a ground target destroyed, decent amount of points and a good amount of time. Oh, and we just get to see that Soviet utility helicopter take an ATGM to the fuselage. That was epic. Speaking of, can we just appreciate for a moment how beautiful this game is? So I got some decals on my aircraft, as you can see, and just look at that beautiful lighting, kind of corny looking clouds even at maximum settings, but just beautiful landscape in general. And I do enjoy the dynamic nature of these arcade maps. I really wish that there were more maps like this for RB with these extreme elevation changes. Wild stuff, and I know this isn't quite realistic terrain, but you could get something close, you know, up in the Alps or something exciting like that, some saw-toothed mountain pass or whatnot. But I digress. I really, if I sound happy, it's because I am. Early on playing helicopters, you know, all of 24 hours ago, I saw some serious shortcomings with the way that they were currently implemented in the game, but I understood that it was subject to change this close after launch. And let's go ahead and bring back the UI so you guys can see what's going on. I saw some what looked like missile fire, but I suppose that was that Allied helicopter shooting rockets into the area. But just to be safe, just in case there are some ground-based anti-aircraft, I'm going to go ahead and fire some rockets in that area. And it looks like my buddy is going down there. Another AH-1G, and he also decided to land quite hard, but it was enough to actually take him down. So here we are, landing much more carefully than before, and just take in the beauty of this scene. This is an absolutely stunning map, a truly gorgeous helicopter. I'm a huge fan of the American attackers, the Cobra, and soon to come, I'm sure, sometime, the Apache, and all of the modern attack helicopters really seem to look a lot like the American ones. Even the new Russian ones are starting to look suspiciously similar to the American models, but I think that's just more along the lines of form follows function, and an attack helicopter like this one, sleek, nimble, having the smallest profile along its attack angle, that's just a good idea. Anyway, guys, this is me saying that Helicopter Arcade is fun, and especially with a powerful air-to-air platform like the AH-1G, it can be reasonably profitable. We earned 35,000 Silver Lions and a decent amount of RP in that match, and we had a good time. So all of the qualms I had about the Cobra and its place in the game yesterday have been satisfied with today's gameplay. We'll keep an eye on how things go in the near future. I'm sure lots of things are going to change, but as long as at its battle rating the Cobra has a good ability to take down enemy helicopters, and you can find a match where that's something you can do, like with the event that's going on right now, then this will have a nice place, especially as a learning aircraft, to get to feel how to maneuver and position yourself in a helicopter. It also has some exotic armaments like the 40mm heat firing grenade launcher that I really look forward to trying out, and really something special. Also, I noticed that the let's see, the UH-1 I almost have it, XP30. Yeah, there we go. UH-1 XP30 has, if I go here, I was using this UH-1C XM30. My mistake. When you're using the 30mm cannon pods, I noticed that there was a heat indicator for some of my hits, and it appears to have decently good, somewhere around 60mm of penetration. So take that with a grain of salt. I'm not sure, but I suspect that there are heat rounds mixed in with the ammunition for the cannon pods on the UH-1C XM30. Anyway, guys, there's really not a lot of information available for these yet, but that's something I've noticed in test flight, and feel free to check that out for yourself. Obviously, the ATGMs are going to be a better solution for tank battles, but if you do have that option to have some heat rounds mixed in, it could be a lot of fun, and that must mean that you'll do good damage against ground targets or AI ground targets. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed that little gameplay. Looking forward to sharing more whirly birds with you in the near future. Till then, catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.